What is up, Sagittarius? My name is Camille, and you are watching Millennial Tarot. Welcome to your July 2018 reading. Also, welcome to me having some camera issues. You know, the brightness and the darkness. You know, we're just going to have to work with it. You know, life is all about light and dark and pushing through. I wanted to extend an apology for not being here for you for the June readings. I could not make myself do it, and I didn't want to force a bad reading with bad energy. So I just decided to rest and come back to you full strength here in July. I also wanted to give a quick little plug that I'm still doing $10 readings for one question. I will leave my email below, and you can hit me up if we can get something that is more specific to you, whether you resonate with this and want more detail or you don't resonate and would like different details. That's what the personal readings are all about. But without further ado, I'm going to get into what's happening with you Saggies, with you Centaurs this July 2018. Let's see what the energies are for Sagittarius July 2018. Energies. Alright, I'm going to do it one more time. Alright, that is feeling good. Let's see what's coming up for you all. Okay, so very similar to what was going on with the Scorpios. So you guys are next door neighbor signs. You guys might have your sign and a Mercury or a Venus, you know, all that stuff. It all blends together. It's all one big evolutionary story. So we start off the reading, or we start off July with the energies of the Six of Swords. And then we move presently into what July has to offer you, which is the Page of Cups. And then we move into what it all means and the outcome being the Page of Swords. So, general theme going on here of having to have left something behind. And you know what that is for you, and I could speak forever about the deep intricacies and the details of what it could be. Leaving a person behind, leaving an idea behind, leaving a job behind, literally traveling and leaving your hometown behind, starting over new, starting over fresh, but doing it in a way where it's forlorn, where it's bittersweet, where you have your back turned, where there's elements of shame, maybe elements of embarrassment, just more of trying to get away from a negative situation, negative energy that you wanted to work out, but it just did not. And then here you are moving out of troubled waters into still waters. And, you know, the background is cast in light blue, so it's like, where is the shore? Endless ocean. It could have been feeling like, you know, when am I going to find my ground again? I've just been here traveling in these emotional waters. It's a very apropos way to be starting off Cancer season anyway, when we are where emotions are the most heightened. So it could be, you know, I've had to leave something behind. I thought it was going to work out. I thought this, I thought that. And then instead it was just not making sense for you emotionally, and you had to leave it, him, her, the situation behind. But taking on the emotional labor and taking that laboring or literally of getting yourself out of that situation. So you should be extremely proud of yourself because you made the right choice, because here waiting for you at the shore is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, we see the continuing theme of the undulations of the water here. So the Page of Cups here is offering you the beginning, the promise, the sprinkling, the new dawn. Not a new day, but the new dawn. And the sun will be rising. And it's here giving you this offer. So should this be, and I love it how we have continuing themes of water, and then we're here smack dab in the middle of Cancer season. So really tend to your emotions. It's just a general thing it behooves me to say. Tend to them so that when the season is over, when July is over, it'll be over. It'll be done, whatever you're going through. But the Page of Cups is here giving you a message, giving you an offer. And pages are always messengers. So this is someone coming to you as a Pisces, as a Cancer, as a Scorpio, or just generally in Cancer season. We're talking about the first half of July, things turning around for you, and giving you this offer. So if you had to leave a relationship, it's not necessarily that you're jumping into the next relationship. It's just that you see that promise is there and that your attractiveness and that your worth and that your desirability is being reflected back to you by this person. Now, it could be someone that you end up dating, or it could not be. It could be a friend, could be a situation, or it could just be how you're feeling. But the Page of Cups is here coming up to remind you that you did make the right choice, that you have landed on shore, that you were, getting away from something, you weren't sure where you were going to land or if you were going to land or what that was going to look like. And the Page of Wands sees you here on shore, sees you here saying, I saw that you made that arduous journey. Here I am going to give you now an offer of rest, an offer of reflection. The Page of Cups also just means a person coming in who is going to help you through this. A person coming in not to necessarily make up for the lack, but a person who's going to be working in tandem with you so that you can learn to feel good again and learn to feel better again. So when we're talking about very generally what that could look like, to drill down into the areas that people want to talk about the most, it's like money, love, and nope, just those two. It's always like money and jobs and love situations. So if you have to leave a relationship, what the Page of Cups looks like to you is that, what I said, you are being reflected back to you, the fact that you made a good choice. You were hanging around Pisces, Cancers, or Scorpios, be they your friends, family, or new love interests that are reflecting back to you that you made the right choice, because it was a hard choice to make is what I'm seeing. If it has to do with job and leaving a job behind, or pursuing something financially risky, or leaving behind something that seemed financially solid but it ended up not being, the Page of Cups is coming back in this month to reflect to you that you made that right choice. Here is the offer of, new finances. Here's the offer of a new job. Here's the offer of a new house, a new home, a new place to start over. And Page is, first in line on the story of the Page to the Knight to the King being the ultimate manifestation, the ultimate sturdiness, and the ultimate self-authority. The Knight being the more action-oriented stage. And the Page is just being, this is the message, this is the time, this is the inclination, this is the divine inspiration that you are getting, and know that it is correct and know that you can trust it. And then we do see you trusting it here with the Page of Swords. We have you moving from the Six of Swords, which sees you kind of having to walk away from old thought patterns, having to walk away from troubled thinking due to a relationship or due to a situation you found yourself in, being kind of weighed down by them again. The Page of Cups offering that emotional healing, that emotional solve, that person coming in to say, hey, you are worth this, that job offer coming in to say, hey, you are worth this, people coming in to reflect back to you that, hey, you did do the right thing, and that you will be okay after you made that hard choice. And then the Page of Wands sees you. I like to see this as you having your back turned and being like, oh, God, I gotta walk away from this, it's hard. Shedding some tears, hiding your face, not wanting people to see how sad you are. And then we see you here, full, front, and center, in control of where you are going. We have the fluffy clouds, we have you catching your second wind, we have you having complete authority and wielding your sword. Where here the swords were weighing you down, making you introspective, making you contemplative and doubtful about where you stand in life and how things are going to be working out for you and having to make the decision to leave things behind. Here we see the sword being more of a motivator, more of something that's going to help you cut through the bullshit, more of something that you are wielding as a source of power. So we have here, Sagittarius, a story of you moving away from something that you had to move away to, being shown in July. The Page of Cups also just generally represents Cancer season. We are in a water season. So being shown in July that choice was right, whether it's reflected back to you in the kind words of a person, whether you are finding happiness by starting a new spiritual pursuit, because water is also very intuitive, spiritual, and mystical type of sign, whether you are getting back on the wagon of dating or of trying to find a job or of trying to leave and go here, whatever that specific situation is for you. I can only speak in these big umbrella terms, but the Page of Cups is what is coming up for you in July to say, hey, you made the right choice. Hey, I'm going to show you that you did. Or, hey, this person's around you to say, it's okay. Or, hey, I'm here to make sure you know that you can rest now. You don't have to keep standing on that boat and oaring people and carrying your swords and all that stuff. And then what you get as a result from that affirmation, July, is going to be complete authority of power. And again, starting over, like the Page of Swords is also still a messenger, and he's holding a sword, so it's like be on the be on the lookout for communications happening via mail or letter or social media and text messages, as far as like if you want something and you're waiting for feedback and you're waiting for someone or something to come through, definitely do it that way. But the Page of Swords speaks more archetypically to the fact that you're in power of your own thoughts, and you're in power of your own beliefs and where you're going, and you feel complete agency and confidence over your ideas and over your dreams. Swords have to do everything with cerebralness, how we think, how we feel, the way that we download inspiration and make it a real world thing and thought pattern to go after. So the Page of Wands really does see you returning to confidence, returning to being okay again, knowing that you made the right choice. If you were doubting a decision, if you're like, I'm not sure if I should have left that behind, especially if you were like, I have to leave this behind, what if nothing better comes? The Page of Cups and the Page of Swords are here to tell you, give you the message that, hey, you absolutely did make the right choice, and that July is showing and reflecting back to you and affirming that to you, and knowing that better things are on the horizon. The Page of Swords is on the beginning of an adventure. The Page of Cups is on the beginning of an adventure, and the beginnings can always be a little bit daunting and a little bit hard. It could be easy to want to revert back to what we were trying to leave behind, or to think that we made the wrong choice because the beginning looks like an empty canvas. It's like there's nothing here. But just know that July is saying to me to say to you, and you will be feeling it, that you did make the right choice. And once you have faith and firmness in that I did do the right thing, that is when things really do start showing up for you. Both you show up for yourself, other people in other situations are showing up for you as well to say, hey, you did make the right choice. Now let me guide you and take you to this new adventure, this new path, this new thing that you were creating for yourself. July is a big month for everybody. Tarot aside, this corroborates a lot of messages that are happening in the sky with those two eclipses, first in Cancer and then a lunar in Aquarius, and then another one happening in Leo, the beginning of August. So it's a very big, tremendously karmic month for a lot of people. It's a lot of endings. It's a lot of big beginnings. It's a lot of, when I look back on my life, I'm going to see that this was the decision to have been made, and that July 2018 really set the foundation for moving in the direction that I really wanted to. So trust yourself. Do not doubt why you had to walk away from this. Just know that you did it and be proud of yourself for doing it, and know that July will provide. It will provide the answers. It will provide the confirmation and the affirmation that you did make the right choice, and those choices are leading you to grand new beginnings. So trust it. July is going to be an awesome month for you of starting over, of resetting, and setting your compass towards that thing that you've always wanted. So that's what I know for you. Of course, if you want to get more specific about your situation, what you had to leave behind and what's coming up for you, then hit me up with an email. Otherwise, I will see you back here in August, and I hope this video finds you well. Have a great month.